we will take some time out to bring you live proceedings from the 67th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Authority of Esso State and Government taking place in Abuja. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is delivering his closing remarks.
Economic Summit held here in Abuja. Congratulations to all of you that put all the efforts together. The two events have been very successful. At the Economic Summit, we turn our attention towards a better future, sustainable growth, investment, and the practical step needed to strengthen our regional economy by consolidating and building on the work of the ECOWAS. Excellencies, Head of States and Government, while celebrating our achievement over the past 50 years, we must equally confront the stark and persistent challenges that continue to impede our aspirations. Foremost among them, at the moment, are the security threats, violent extremism, and other cross-border crimes that have continued to widen and deepen in their intensity. These threats are transitional in nature and are driven by quite an agile and dangerous network that respects no borders. No single nation can therefore address these challenges alone. We must strengthen coordination, amplify political will, and prioritize a collective approach to security. This is why the ECOWAS standby force must move from the concept to operational reality now. I am a little bit worried about the slow pace of its activation, which is taking longer than desired. We must act decisively to operationalize the ECOWAS standby force on the fight against terrorism to serve as an instrument for peace and stability for our region. I am pleased to note that under my stewardship, as the chair of authority, the ECOWAS military logistic depot in Lungui, Sierra Leone, has been completed. The depot will play a critical role in providing equipment and other logistics to forces deployed by ECOWAS. Last February in Addis Ababa, Nigeria signed the third agreement with the African Union. With the completion of the depot, Nigeria is committing itself to both the sea lift and air lift arrangement with ECOWAS. Nigeria will continue to play its leading role in supporting ECOWAS regional responses to peace and security. Excellencies, Head of State and Government, distinguished guests, regional integration will be only meaningful when it is underpinned by economic prosperity. As we discussed at the West African Economic Summit, our intra-regional trade remains low, even as we possesses the potential to be an economic powerhouse in the continent. We must create the enabling environment, empower the private sector, remove trade barriers, and create the conditions necessary for industry and entrepreneurship and innovation to flourish. We commend ECOWAS for implementing fundamental policies such as trade liberalization scheme, the common external tariff, regional investment code, and protocol of free movement of persons, goods, and services. These initiatives are cornerstone of our ambition to create a seamless, borderless regional market that benefits all the citizens, especially the youth. To this end, as part of ECOWAS 50th anniversary, Nigeria with ECOWAS Commission has already hosted a first ever trade and investment forum, which witnessed participation of all major economic groups and companies in the region. We must create more platforms for the private sectors to not only network, but collaborate and complement one another. It is my expectation that the outcome of the economic summit will feed into ECOWAS summit, having also identified the gaps and challenges of implementation. Despite some challenges, ECOWAS has remained a veritable model of regional integration in West Africa and elsewhere. In addition to this, a lack of political will to see through our collective decisions, our greatest challenges are now located in the realm of political governance. The threat of insecurity, terrorism, climate change, and transnational crimes, democracy has continued to persevere in the region with the situation in the Alliance of Saharian States, AES countries. Under my chairmanship, I've deployed all diplomatic means to engage and dialogue with our brothers in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. I am confident that before too long, they may return to the family as we leave our doors open for the unity, solidarity, and shared vision of ECOWAS of the future. Your Excellencies, Head of States and Government, distinguished guests, our region's greatest asset is its people, particularly its youths, who represent the majority of our population. Their talents, creativity, and drive must be harnessed for development. We must invest in education, create sustainable jobs, and foster an environment where innovation and digital transformation can thrive. In doing so, we not only unlock economic growth, we also inoculate our societies against recruitment efforts of extremist groups and criminal syndicates. Similarly, we must mainstream gender equality in our development agenda. Women are not merely beneficiaries, they are agents of change and social transformation. Their full and active participation in economic and political life is indispensable to building just, inclusive, and resilient society. Regional integration is incomplete without physical and digital connectivity. We must fast-track the implementation of strategic infrastructure projects, including roads, railways, cross-border energy systems, and broadband connectivity. Projects like the West African Gas Pipeline the West African Power Pool, and the Abidjan-Lagos Corridor Highway are not just symbols of regional ambition. They are also catalysts for economic transformation. This project will unlock new opportunities, connect isolated communities, and improve the living conditions of citizens of the community. We must also embrace the digital economy as a core pillar of our integration efforts, expanding broadband access, promoting digital literacy, and building secured, interoperable platform for e-commerce and digital financial services will enable our entrepreneurs, especially young innovators and women, to participate fully in the global economy. To make all of this a reality, we call upon our developmental partners, financial institutions, and private sectors to deepen their engagement. Public-private partnerships will be essential to bridge the infrastructure gap and accelerate implementation, timeliness, and our commitment must be matched by resource mobilization, policy harmonization, and efficient cross-border coordination. In this regard, our private operatives and entrepreneurs from our region and within the African continent and our diaspora community have a special role to play. Your Excellencies, Head of States and Government, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am saying in conclusion why I once more appreciate the presence of each head of state's government and their representatives as well as our partners. Each delegate and each stakeholder represented here today, I urge you to meaningfully engage in critical deliberation to discuss the various reports and memorandum before us for the benefit of our community and a stronger ECOWAS region. Together, let us craft a roadmap for a more secure, integrated, and prosperous West Africa. With these few words, I formally declare the 67th ordinary session of this authority of Head of State and Government of ECOWAS open. Thank you.